It's Lads Army!
Tonight on Lads Army, one section sink lower and lower. Tempers fly.
I don't want a lecture from you, you little 18-year-old brat.
And we discover why, in the army of the 1950s, a dining room is always a mess.
Eat it! Lads Army!
It's a big day for the lads of Waterloo Platoon. There's a barracks inspection. Corporal Nyokas is poised, ready for action.
Rise and shine! Might have broken mother's hearts, but you're not going to break mine. Get rid of it. Outside, 3 ranks. Hold in your washing and shaving equipment. Go! Anybody out after me gets the dustbin lid.
Once again, one sectioner is shambles. It doesn't augur well for the sergeant's big inspection.
Stand still. Is the iron broken?
No, Corporal.
So why isn't the kit ironed? You got a button undone. Button today, what happens tomorrow?
Safety catch, Corporal.
Then what do?
Kill someone, Corporal.
Why? All because?
Lack of attention to detail, Corporal.
This is completely ridiculous. Whose is that? You people are taking the absolute piss out of me. Get away for your breakfast, 7:45, platoon sergeant's inspection. Few people pass, it will be a miracle, an absolute miracle. I will be surprised. He may just walk in, look at the state of your dress, and then throw me out. Get away for your breakfast now. 7:45, stood by your beds. Immaculate.
At breakfast, the lads get a lesson in military efficiency. During national service, disgusting combinations of food were often served in the same dish to save time. On the menu today, porridge topped with watery scrambled egg.
It was awful. Nearly as bad as I get now at home. And the bacon was in like a white grease. It was liquid. It wasn't fried. It was just floating there. And we were served this, given no choice. It wasn't, would you like it? Get everything, move it on. And we were so overcome by it all, we just ate it.
And they dished the dinner out with the old mashed potatoes, gravy, and rice pudding in the same billy can. Horrible. And a blob of jam, 2 pieces of bread. Oh, it was awful.
It's a strange combination. The whole texture is, it's not very nice. And I keep gagging on it.
As long as you put enough sugar on it, it's all right. Just eat the egg off first, then put a load of sugar in it. So, it's interesting anyway. Not quite my crunch of that cornflakes, but it's all right.
As the lads tuck in, Corporal Nyokas sneaks into 2 sections billet. He wants to find out why they're doing so much better than his section.
As scruffy as it is, mine seems more disorganised scruffy. For instance, mine have a couple of bed boxes made. These have got about 5 or 6. Although one of them, and I think it's that one down there, leaves a lot to the imagination. Yes, it is that one. It's just horrible. However, Corporal Murray will undoubtedly deal with that. I'm glad to say I have no bed boxes in that condition. That is not to say that my bed boxes are perfect, they are not. Although Copeland's appears to be getting a lot better. He talks to his.
You putting brown sauce in it?
Anything to disguise the taste of that.
You.
Gentlemen, Does anybody have any complaints or any observations about the food? No.
How come the egg's on top of the porridge, Corporal?
How come the egg is on top of the porridge? Because if they put the egg underneath the porridge, you wouldn't see it, would you? Therefore, you wouldn't know you had an egg. So the chef very kindly places it on top for you, so that you can see it, so that you know you are being nourished. One section have said they require bigger helpings of food. Do you feel the same way?
I think some of us feel like that, Corporal.
Do you?
Yes, Corporal.
So it's a platoon thing, you want more food?
Yes, Corporal.
Then I will speak to the chef and I will ensure that at lunchtime you have more food.
Thank you, Corporal.
Thank you, Corporal.
Sorry?
Thank you, Corporal.
Any complaints? Yes, sir.
This officer came round and said, any complaints? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, I said, this is inedible, it's awful, it's not fit for pigs. So I said, Sergeant Major. So I called the Sergeant Major, this young chap's got a complaint. He said, oh, really? Yes, sir. I'll sort him out. He said, tomorrow morning, come back here after breakfast and bring your knife. Which I did. And I got there and I said, you told me to come back this morning with my knife. He said, yes. Yeah. See that cauldron of potatoes over there? There was this big thing of potatoes, full of potatoes. He said, when you're finished, let me know. I started peeling, and I peeled these potatoes all day until about 6 o'clock at night. And then I had something to eat, and he came back and said to me at the table, have you got any complaints? I said, no. No complaints this time. I learnt my lesson quickly there. Oof.
Yesterday, the lads met Sergeant Sullivan on the parade square. It wasn't pretty. In real life, he's a sergeant major of 22 years' experience and has served with the British Army in Germany, Bosnia and Northern Ireland. Now, Sergeant Sullivan is looking forward to getting up close and personal with the lads.
They're still sweeping, Sergeant.
Out of the way.
What are you doing, moving? Stand still! Stand still! Stand still! How dare you move when I tell you to stand still!
The platoon sergeant tells you to stand still. You stand still immediately. You do not move about, you do not shimmer. You stand shagging still. Do you understand?
Yes, Corporal.
There comes a moment when you get the command from the door, you know, stand by your beds.
Stand by your beds!
And that was the moment of tension. Would they find anything?
You had to lay your kit out on the bed in a pattern that only someone who'd done geometry could work out, with the bootlaces and the tins there and your belt here, perfectly. People would sleep on the floor the night before an inspection, rather than disturb the layout that they'd prepared for the inspection next morning.
I'm not sure where to start with this room, gentlemen. Well, should we start with something simple? I'm stood here looking at the world's amount of crap on the floor, which you, idle pieces of garbage, haven't even bothered to clean up this morning. Decided we don't want to get dressed in the morning, is that it? How did you get to breakfast?
With my boots on, Sergeant!
And you decided to take your boots off because you didn't need them for the inspection?
No, Sergeant!
Look behind you at your window. What is that hanging off the window? Are you trying to commit suicide? Are you going to hang yourself off that, are you? Because you might as well, because you're about as much use as a chocolate fireguard where you are now.
If there was the tiniest smear of polish that hadn't been removed from the back of a buckle on your belt, that you would almost need an eyeglass to spot, you would be kind of marched out. You'd be on a charge, on a fizzer. You would do jankers. You would have to do extra duties.
You spent hours getting this ready. And he'd get he lift out, he'd say, what's this? What's this supposed to be? Well, put and whip here, and everything would be on the bleeding floor, everything. God, you fall. I spent all that time doing it, and he's just smashed it all up and kicked it all over the place.
Everybody's kit would be all over floor or the neighbouring bed would be dismantled with such violence, and you'd be practically in tears because of it.
What is this?
Mug, Sergeant.
Why is it still on the floor? Why is it still on the floor?
I didn't know it was down there, Sergeant.
You didn't know it was down there. The whole mug is down there. You couldn't miss it.